guys? Welcome again to the Third Time Podcast. Season 5, Episode 2 is now live. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, as always, joined by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Welcome back. We had a great first episode a couple days ago, and we're back with another one. Reviewing training camp day 1. Malik Nabers looking good. And of course, we covered the offense on Tuesday. And then today we'll cover the defense in terms of our burning questions or predictions that we have for that side of the ball. But Brian, good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Giants are out practicing. I got the West Virginia shirt on. It's
Hell
doing
yeah.
well.
Only fitting, right?
Only fitting. I had some family that went there, found it in the closet. I'm like, let me pop that on with the Giants down
Yeah, it makes
in-
sense.
near the Blue Ridge Mountains.
I saw, I think it was Calvin Austin was he recorded a video of how the resort looked. It looks really nice over there, man. Like I know there's not much to do, according to what Brian Burns said during his conference with the media. But there's not much to do, but it's a beautiful area.
To be
And it's
fair, it is West Virginia. There really is not much to do down there.
true.
Why I think they burn couches. They're bored.
They're not bored. And it's damn, there really is
Something
much,
to do, you know.
I guess, yeah, true. But they're doing their thing, putting the work in. We love it. We'll talk about, our takeaways from day 1 so far, or what we found. We'll talk about Malik Neighbors, who looked outstanding. He was I know it's only day 1, but he
I
looks
mean,
more
my
than
buddy,
ready
my buddy
for.
this morning sent me a video, and it was Odell and Neighbors running routes together, and it was just it brought a tear to my eye. I'm not gonna lie, it's like the 14-year-old me and the 24-year-old me loving Giants football at the exact same time. Their two favorite players are right there.
Yes, sir.
If
The
you would have showed that player to that picture to 14-year-old me, be like, man, Odell really did spend his whole career with the Giants.
Little did we know he
It's
went
like
on a
don't ask what happened in between the middle of this picture. Just be happy it exists.
just be happy about the beginning and what's happening so far towards, because obviously
Yeah.
he's going towards the end of his career,
We're gonna have this
but
guy
hopefully he
called Dave
spends.
Gettleman come into your life, and it will be the worst thing ever.
And it's like, he can't be that bad. Oh, Dave Gettleman was bad, all right. Trust
It
me.
was bad. It was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But it's super cool to have the a guy who I fell in love with when I was 13 or 14 years old, just back on the team again after just a crazy journey, I guess, in a way. Being traded from New York to Cleveland and going
Never
to
really reaching the heights he once did. There was
mm-mm.
flashes of it, but never got back to it.
I mean, he showed like a lot of flashes for
There was
sure in his
flashes
days in
like
LA.
his first year in Cleveland, I think, was like a kind of a flash.
A little
Baker,
bit.
there was a spark with Baker for a little bit, but then it kind of got contentious with his dad tweeting out the videos of him
Yes.
overthrowing or not opening. Then we had the Super Bowl where he blows his knee out, but if he plays that game, he's Super Bowl MVP.
Yes. It's just injuries, and I know he had the PED suspension. I believe it was last year that he served. So just a whirlwind of things. But
Mm-hmm.
if I was told, hey, he's gonna be right back at home one day, I wouldn't have believed him.
I would thought like, oh, what he signed a 1-day contract, like all the
To
veterans do.
retire.
They signed a
Yeah,
1-day contract to like Brady signed the 1-day contract to retire a Patriot.
exactly.
Like you retired a Buccaneer, dude. You retired a
Yeah,
Buck.
little did we know it's gonna be a 1 year deal with very little risk.
Oh yeah.
And a lot more reward if it does work out. So I'm happy he's on the team. He looks good. Just waiting for Hyatt to be cut so that way he gets number 13 back. And at one point I'm sure we'll see Neighbors and Odell on the same side. On the offense, maybe Malik in the slot, Odell on the outside. That would be nice to see. At one point during the season, but again, that is dependent on how good Odell looks throughout the rest of camp. He looked good on day 1, from what I've heard, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't see more
that's just day one.
consistency
Everyone
and
looks good day one. You know, everyone's got a
exactly
really
just
good first day of school. It's how do you do that
how do you
second day?
build on that
Yeah, how do you
exactly.
build off it? You know, because everyone's loose, everyone's well rested. Now everyone's a little sore. You know,
Exactly.
the
Let's see how
muscles a
they
little
respond to that.
sore, banged up a little bit. Let's see, can you continue to do this?
Yeah, and we'll talk a lot more about Malik in just a bit, but that's the one concern that I saw about on socials. It was like, okay, he looks great, but how does he, like you mentioned, his muscles and his body is tired. I'm sure, of course, from day 1. How is his body going? How is his body? My apologies, going to respond to that tiredness or whatnot, we'll have to see. I'm sure the Giants will, they have a plan for him, of course, and they'll maybe limit him a little bit more today, just to make sure he's getting the proper rest and that he needs. But we will see. Now, I haven't heard much from day two today, which was open to the public apparently,
Yep.
but not much
Yeah, it's a lot
news.
of fans down there.
Yeah,
Of our guys were down there.
I wish we
I
could be
know,
there.
right? Like, I
Well,
wish I have a full-time job. I could just go to West Virginia and
I
watch the
know.
Giants.
Obviously, wish we were rich or won the lottery. We'd be down there just focusing on our podcast and just
Oh yeah,
taking notes and all those things. But one day, I hope one day
one
that
day.
will
Yeah, one
hopefully
day we'll
happen.
get there.
No doubt about it. But overall, it's great to see the guys from afar, from social media, of course, do their thing and get back to the swing of things. And just wanted to break down a few things that I, found from or learned about from day one. Joe Shane had his press conference with the media yesterday as well. Talked about how he's quite excited for three position groups in general. We got wide receiver, we got corner, and we got safety. Of course, with receiver, it's Malik Nabers and pretty much everyone else battling for that number two spot. We talked a lot more about it on our first episode of season five, which if
Someone,
you haven't,
I mean, this kind of goes into my first takeaway of like,
yeah.
you've been seeing who's getting wide receiver 2 reps, right?
Ah man, I do. Just the guy from Notre Dame. That's from what I've heard.
I
But
mean, no, not him,
was
Slayton.
another. Oh right,
Slayton is
yes.
listed as the wide receiver 2 and has been getting majority of the work as like the other guy on the outside. So
Which
we
makes
talked a
sense.
lot on this show about like wanting Fields to get the inside track. I think he's still like Fields is kind of out of the conversation because we all know he wasn't going to be a wide receiver 2 from day one. This was a, week 12, 13 kind of thing. But we all thought like,
Yeah,
oh, that's Mooney's job. That's Austin's job. They're hardball guys. They're, they'll have the inside out. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like Slayton does have the respect of this coaching staff, and they're going to give him every single opportunity possible to earn that role. So it's annoying as to watch because we all know that Slayton's just not that guy, and I think we all want to see what do we have in Mooney and Austin because Mooney apparently had a great day today. Apparently he was
yeah.
like Dart's favorite target. It was like 3 or
Is that
4.
so? Heck
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I saw.
that's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I thought it was Fields. I was because I was reading about Fields and how he looked good as well. But um, I'm not surprised. I mean, at the end of the day, Slayton was recovering from that sports hernia, surgery that he got earlier this off season, and he's back and healthy now. And I'm pretty sure that's why he just claimed his wide receiver number two spot without a blink, or
But
without
that's
us
what I'm
being
saying.
like
Like
that surprised. Yeah,
it's crazy that like it's not more of a rotation, because like if it
I
was like
agree.
because if it's been Slayton back-to-back days, if it was all right, yesterday's Slayton, today's Mooney, tomorrow's Austin, then it's like, oh, there's a position battle. They're getting all just different looks and stuff. This seems like, all right, are they kind of handing it to Slayton and saying, don't lose it? Don't to be
I,
really mean, don't drop it.
hey, that's gonna be tough for him because we know about his drops
I
issues.
know,
But I
I
think
know it's tough not to drop it, but it's just like, is that what they're doing? Are they giving him like that inside track?
I think it's like he's obviously we've seen these past few years he's been that number two guy who's had to step as a number one guy when with Malik being hurt. I think it's that I think that like you mentioned at the beginning, out of respect. I mean, I guess he's basically the excuse me the incumbent. I guess when it comes to
Yeah. Well,
the
he's
number
the
two
longest
spot.
veteran,
Yeah,
longest tenured Giant. He's been here
yeah,
since Gettleman and Shermer. He came
yeah.
in with
So you gotta
Daniel
give
Jones.
yeah. So you gotta give credit when credit's due. But I think we talked about on Tuesdays, or for me, I mentioned on Tuesday. I think he starts the year as the number two receiver, just out of respect and from what his resume has shown. As what his resume shows as a Giant, but he's gonna lose it. Like it's just, I just have no
He
doubt about it.
has to.
Yeah, I
He's
think
just
a
not.
Moon.
I can't do a whole season of Slayton as wide receiver 2 when you have solid veterans and a unproven potential game changing wide receiver you just drafted that you traded up for. I can't have Slayton clogging that. And I know like Slayton can't be cut and no team's going to trade for him. But I'm sorry, at one point, if Slayton is dropping passes and there's just no step forward, he's got to be benched. Got to be. And it has to be a quick leash. You can't let him go.
Has to.
It's got to be like in 3 weeks. All right, this is the same old Slayton. He's done. He's done.
Yeah.
Then it's all right. That's Mooney's job. That's Austin's job. Or bring in the rookie. Or put Odell out there at that point. So why not?
Yeah, you don't bring in 4 new potential receivers that will, in Mooney, Austin Fields, OBJ, um,
Put
because you feel
Barrios out there.
confident
Why?
in. Yeah,
Something.
you don't.
Change
Yeah,
it
you
up.
don't. Like you don't sign these guys just like just to have Slayton be the number 2 for the entire season. You just don't, right?
No.
Like the confidence level on him isn't there. So again, it's like you
But that's
mentioned at the
like my
beginning. It's
concern is it feels like the coaching staff has a confidence level in him that like the fan base doesn't.
I don't. I don't think the staff does. I think it's just like, hey, you're back from your surgery and great, you're healthy. Go out there. You were the number 2 guy last year. We're gonna throw you out there again, and then if things change, they change. But we're just, I think it's like we're just giving it's more of a we're just giving it to you because we saw you as the number 2 last year. We're not just gonna demote you because of your surgery. That's my perspective of it.
Yeah,
But
no, I get that. You they're going to demote him based on the field play, not.
mhm.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
I hope
they
I
will
hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I don't want him.
because we just we just don't like him at all. Like I don't think
Yeah,
a
it's like
lot of Giants
it's
fans
not
do
even
not
like
like him.
it's. I just know he's not a. I know he's not a receiver too. He's a at best maybe a receiver 3 on a good day. On a good day,
On a good day.
probably
And
more
this
of a
is like,
receiver 4. Because I
yeah, this
always
is
like my
like,
receiver 3 being like a speedster. I've always been in the mindset of your receiver 3 should always be your slot guy.
I share that.
That's
Yeah,
been my mindset, and that just might be like just Madden in me, or like just playing
no, not at all.
like Madden like fantasy like might be that, but like it just makes sense. Like your receiver 3 is probably your third target, your third read. It probably should be your speedster in the slot.
Yeah, and that's Slayton does have the speed to do so. To be in that position. Of course, Malik Nabers will hold on to that slot role. I'm sure because I believe it was his rookie season he played a lot in the slot compared to the outside, and
Yeah,
he looks to
well, his
resume
rookie
that
season
role.
he looked great. Like I remember him.
Oh,
I mean, like his rookie season. Like we could go back to a lot of revisionist history. I said like, oh, him and Jones are like the next big Giants combination. That's the next Manning Cruz, Manning Toomer, Manning Burns, Plexico Burris.
boy, were we wrong! I
We
tell
were
you, boy,
wrong.
were we
We were
wrong.
wrong on
No doubt
multiple
about it.
aspects of that.
Yeah, but hey, if he can hold on to the job, the receiver number 2 job, for the duration of camp, and show that the drops issues are behind him, then great. If but I think our confidence level in that happening is very low. So not you won't overreact. Yeah, or 0 pretty much. So we won't overreact too much to it to him being the number 2 guy. But
Right.
I'm definitely confident that a Fields who impressed yesterday. Apparently he had a great catch where he had to extend all of his 6'4", 6'5" frame to catch the ball from Winston up in the air, so he looked good.
Telling you, that's gonna
I'm
they're gonna like that. That's gonna
he excites
like
me, man.
like
I'm
kind of like
telling
talked
you.
about how like we asked you like who's we pop off Mooney or Austin. I said Austin because of those big plays.
Oh yeah,
That big plays from Fields. He's just gonna make those catches.
as long as
Telling
he
you,
continues it,
if you
man.
need convincing, if everyone out there is not convinced yet, go watch Notre Dame Pitt. Go watch that game and watch Fields that entire game. You'll be a Fields believer afterwards.
That was the game he had that one-handed catch, right?
That was
In
the
the
game
air.
of the
That was
one-handed
the game.
catch, yes. But that was just like the exclamation point. He was
Ah,
fantastic in that game.
hell yeah! I gotta look back into that film as well, but I'm very excited for him. A lot more confidence in him to have a higher role than people think this year, and he just needs to keep it going and show up, and we'll see what happens. But outside of receiver, of course, there's a couple other positions that Joe Shane was excited about. One of them was the cornerback position with Paulson and Debo. Of course, the incumbent number 1 right now, followed by Newsome, Banks, Hood, and not Darius Washington apparently because he's battling with Phillips for the nickel spot. But yeah, he's excited about that, and of course
I
the
still
safety
give it. I
position
give
as
it to
well.
Phillips. I'm sorry. I give it to Phillips all day.
Yeah, I know Washington, was pretty solid in Baltimore, but
Yeah.
I think that Washington's more of maybe a depth safety piece, if anything.
Yeah, I see Washington as like okay, if Drew Phillips goes down or he shows, he really is not. He's gonna be like a Devontae Banks or like an Eli Apple where he takes that big step back year 3,
Mhm.
and he's just unplayable. Then it's like, all right, we have a veteran that will like just help us tread water. It's a band-aid. I see Washington as kind of like a band-aid for this team.
Yeah, in case something happened, injuries.
Yeah, like you
happen or
don't
whatever the
want to
case may
use
be.
it, but it's there.
Yeah, special teams guy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So But yeah,
He's a fire extinguisher. Like you have it out. It's like I don't want to touch that thing, but
but
like
if
I,
needed, we'll
I
put it in
burn
there.
dinner, it's right there.
But I think with corner and safety, we'll of course touch on that towards the end of the with our burning question for each defensive position group. I'm excited for the competition as well. I have one particular question mark towards a particular corner, former first round
Oh,
pick out of
oh,
Maryland. Yeah, so I do want to get your thoughts on that in just a little bit. But
I forgot he went to
that
Maryland.
I know. I mean,
I just think like I think I just
that whole
hated him.
draft class, man. No one remembers that. No one
No, like,
wants
cause it's
to.
weird. I remember like JMS was Minnesota, Hyatt was Tennessee, Eric Gray was Oklahoma, but like Banks just didn't forgot he was Maryland.
I, do, I mean, it's not many solid corners do come
Yeah,
from that particular
not
school.
many
Let's be honest.
Terrafins in the league right now.
Not
Trying to,
really. No.
trying to
Not
think
not
of
not that I can think of, to be honest.
there's gonna be there's an obvious there's a big one. I just forgot it. Hang on, Maryland.
I'm sure I'm gonna be mad at
You
myself once you
you
name the
you
player.
keep the show going. Let me just go on a tangent here.
Sounds good.
Go down
Uh,
a rabbit hole real quick. I'll be back.
yeah, all
Go
good. I'll name some
go
other
up to you with the
takeaways that
Mad
I
Hatter
found.
real quick. Talk
Bet.
about
I'll name
Maryland
some.
football.
I'll name some other takeaways that I found from day one. Slayton, you mentioned was back with the first team. Um, Scadaboo was also with the first team as well.
Steady.
He looked good, and I could sit here and tell you or kind of give my prediction on how he feels. I think this video kind of speaks it best. Take a look.
That's Scatterbook.
Yeah, shocker. So, anyways, continue to see him from the same, and again, really good stat.
That's Scatabo.
Shout out to the New York Post.
In the
Yes, sir.
thickest New York accent you'll ever hear in your life. Oh, DJ Moore. DJ Moore went to Maryland. That's who it is.
Ah, that's the one.
Oh, and
He's a
Stephon
Buffalo.
Diggs.
Oh yeah, well that speaks to my lack of NFL knowledge today. Usually it's on point, but not so much today. So my apologies. Stephon is still a free agent.
He's still a free agent, and no one's touching him.
He's innocent though.
I know, but it's all the other stuff. Like I know he's innocent, but it's just like there's a drama with Cardi B and like this, like it's just like he's kind of it's a circus where the juice is no longer worth the squeeze.
That's a good way to put it. I would say so.
Well, that was my big thing with Odell for a while. Was just like the abilities isn't there, and last time you were here, you were such a like just circus. I don't want that to deal with that for a wide receiver 5.
I think the Raiders take a chance on him. I don't care.
Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe Kirk Cousins can. I mean, Kirk Cousins and him worked in the past.
I just think whether it's Cousins or Mendoza, you're not gonna throw him in there.
Yeah,
Any
well, they
of them
said
in there
Cousins
with
is
the
going to be the
receiving
week
core
1 starter. Although Cousins has open camp as the starter. That's how that's how they phrased it, which is very interesting.
He's gonna be an absolute heck he double hockey sticks when he starts week 1. I just think that receiving core. Yes, there's Brock Bowers, just you have Gianti in the backfield, but it's like really Trey Tucker.
Well, like you double team Bowers, and then you hope Trey Tucker, you hope Jack Beck. Is that the second round pick from a couple years ago?
Yeah. Yes, sir. TCU.
You hope he takes. I mean, I was high on him last year. He did not. He proved me wrong very, very quickly. But like maybe this is the year he takes a step forward.
Maybe I have that receiving core is arguably the worst. That and Cleveland's receiving core too. I could see one of those.
No, I like Cleveland's receiving core. I mean, Judy. Yeah, they have Jerry Judy's the wide receiver 1 who's but they have Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston.
A lot of young talent, unproven.
A lot of
outside of Judy for sure.
Judy is like the elder statesman, but Concepcion was a big guy in the draft, averaged 15.6 yards per catch at Texas A&M last year, was an absolute beast for them. And Denzel Boston's a nice little slot guy for them.
Okay. Not too bad.
It's very young and very unproven. So, like, yeah, both those guys be bust, and we could be sitting here like, oh, yeah, Cleveland does suck. But, like, if Concepcion can translate what he did at Texas A&M to the NFL, he's going to be a beast.
I love the Aggies fight song off topic. It's catchy.
I mean, yeah, they are a cult. They got to bring people in somehow.
They almost brought me in, but not.
They almost did it.
They almost did, and then I picked LSU out of all
I
schools.
mean, you still
I,
picked wrong, but
I know I did. I will always have a love for Cal, though. I ain't gonna lie. That we have the what's it called? The Bears have a heck of a quarterback. I wow, I can't even say it.
uh,
Jackson Sagne
I haven't
Capotelli.
played much Cal yet in NCAA.
I
been rebuilding Arkansas.
I'm rebuilding Sacramento State. We're in the MAC conference.
Yeah, I'm getting over. I think we'll do NDSU next.
Ooh, that's gonna be a fun one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
I
but it's the Mountain
beat the
West. But like, I'm gonna change the Mountain West up a little bit. I'm gonna make it fun. Like Boise State's coming back to the Mountain West. We're gonna have
as they
a
should.
great time.
As they should. I think once I finish rebuilding Sac State, I definitely want to rebuild the Pac-12. We kind of make it back to where it once.
Oh, I
Keep it
always
where it
do that.
once was.
I always do the conferences from like 2011 is what I always
Yeah,
play with.
because Cal just doesn't. They don't belong. Cal,
No,
Stanford, they don't belong in
USC
the
doesn't belong in the
ACC.
Big Ten.
They do not. Oregon also does not play. I mean, I know
No,
they're a
the
good
only
school, but
one that I
still.
can give you an argument with is okay, Colorado might belong in the Big 12. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, that hasn't bothered me as much.
That doesn't
I ain't
bother me
gonna
because
lie.
like, all right, it kind of makes sense. But at the same token, it's like, all right, Nebraska should be in the Big 12 then. You're gonna put Colorado and Nebraska should go back.
There
The
you
Big
go.
East
Yeah.
should reform. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me started on the
Ooh,
college expansion. We'll be here for 2 hours.
Big East football, baby.
Oh,
That'll be
please
cool
bring back Big East football. Oh my god, for the love of God. It'd be such crap football, but it'd be so good.
Yeah,
It'd be the power version of action. Friday Night
Utah would
Lights.
be.
Oh, Friday Night Lights
Midweek.
with Big East football would just be like I would
That'd be
be
sweet.
appointment television in my house if it was real.
I look forward to the first MAC game of the year. I ain't gonna lie. Just that random Wednesday night football game.
Home from work and you're just like tired and you just see like, Kent State versus Toledo and all your problems are solved.
It's like this is what I always wanted.
It's like the worst game of football you've ever watched in your life. There's 8 people in the stands.
But it's football. Hey, I will. I always say this every year because it's been so long since we've seen a football game. I mean, February was such a long time ago. I will never. I feel like this season I would try not to take a football game for granted, even if it's like the two worst teams in the conference or the two worst teams in the league.
Listen, that's why you
I'm,
always need second screens. Like if you don't,
I know, I
like I always do
do.
second screen. Like if I don't love the Thursday night football game, I just want to play like some video games. Second screen, got the football game on, so I'm always monitoring it. I'm always,
True.
always know what's going on.
Or if I have like a TV with like if I get YouTube TV with the
That works too.
four screen, that would be cool. But
Yeah,
we'll
you
see.
can watch you can watch like a TV show with the sound on, but you get the games on.
True. I will say when it when it comes to the Giants though, they will always have my main screen's attention. That's all I will say.
Yes,
They
the
will
Giants
always
have
have my
never been
attention.
demoted to the second screen for
Never.
me. Actually, no, the Giants were once when the Mets were in the NL Championship Series, but that I think
Yeah.
that is different.
Plus the Giants were terrible at that time.
It was a Sunday night football game against Cincinnati.
Oh, don't know. All right.
So they got put on the small screen, and Mets Dodgers game 1 got put on the big screen. And either way, both of them were an absolute train wreck. So
I just remember the ball that Jones threw just floating up into the air and then right into the hands of a Bengals defender. And I was like,
see, at that point I was just yelling at Sean Mania, so like I didn't even bother me. I just looked over like, what happened?
you were yelling at
I was
Mania.
yelling at this TV and I looked over for like some peace and I'm like, oh come on, what's happening over here?
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm sure when you saw Jones do that pick, you're like, this ain't new. Like Mania.
Oh, I wasn't even. No, yeah. Mania was good at that. Well, Mania's crazy. He was great, then was terrible. Now he's solid again. It's very weird. But yeah, at that point, I was not used to cursing out Mania. I was very used to cursing out Daniel Jones, so that was just like a second nature to me.
It didn't phase us at the end of the day.
No, really.
We got a comment here from Josh. Josh, good to see you. What record do you guys predict the Giants will have? Ooh, well, we will have.
I think we'll be a very competitive 7-10. I think we'll be 7-10,
Ooh.
but just be like, I don't know what the exact record is. But we'll have a lot of one-score games for us.
I think the floor has to be 7 wins for me too. I think. Of course, we'll have a record prediction episode later on towards the beginning of the year. And Josh, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Josh, appreciate it.
In regards, I think the floor is 7 wins. I think the ceiling is shoot, 10, and that's like
The ceiling
obviously
is 10, maybe 11, depending on like
that would be
what
sweet.
teams
A
do.
lot
But
of
like
things have to swing that way.
it's gotta be perfect.
Yes, sir, it does. Um, but yeah, 7 wins is the floor for me. 10 is the ceiling. But of course we'll have another episode in regards to the schedule later on. Probably towards late August for sure. But yeah, great question there.
That's a great question.
Yes, sir. Let's see what else we got here. Day one takeaways. OBJ showing off his hands. He looks good. Micah McFadden had an interception in the red zone period. Of course, we know he's going to be the backup linebacker behind Edmonds and Reese, but I look
Well,
forward
we're
to seeing
fine
him.
with that. We were very big
Yeah.
with bringing in McFadden as the backup.
Yeah, and he's coming back from injury as well, so
Yeah.
kind of he can slowly integrate himself back into, into the team, and kind of not much pressure on him to perform because he is going to back up, Edmonds and Reese, and look forward. Excited about Reese, by the way. We'll talk about him in just a bit as well. Defensively, not a loud day yesterday.
No.
Holland dropped an overthrown ball. Edmonds tipped the ball though. Paulson Adebo was getting was getting cooked by Isaiah Likely and Darius Slayton apparently.
Fantastic.
He had Deontay Banks drop the pick, but he did force an incompletion though on a curl route against.
Well, a
Xavier
drop
Gibson.
pick is still a pass deflection, so like it's something.
That still counts. Exactly. That still counts as a good play.
Yeah.
And then kicking competition wise, still an even race, even though we know Dominic Zavada, the undrafted free agent from Michigan, he looked pretty good.
How can
in
he?
minicamp
I mean,
and
the only way
OTAs.
he's not winning is if they bring in a vet.
Yeah, I mean, Sauls did have a better day yesterday. Sauls went 4 for 5. He missed from 43. Zavada went 3 for 5, missed from 34 and 43. Fun story actually. I found Harbaugh. He asked the special teams coordinator Chris Horton if any of the kickers could make a 61-yarder. Horton said yes, of course, because why wouldn't he? And he sent Ben Sauls out there.
Really?
Who had the distance, but he missed the one right.
Had the
Sounds about
leg,
right to
just
me.
not the accuracy. Hey,
It
he
sounds
had
about
half
right
of
to
it.
me. Yeah, I guess true. He not a big fan. I know he went 8 for 8 for us last year. When he came in was the starting kicker.
I mean, we
but,
were used to Younghoe Koo missing the ball for us. Like
dude,
if anyone making kicks would have impressed us.
who was the one that he pulled in the U.S. World Cup game? Who was it? He's the one that he put a Younghoe Koo. Was it the goalie?
Oh, the goalie did. Yeah, the goalie.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching because I just could not get into the World Cup. But it was something with he tried to send the ball to Jupiter and missed.
Yeah, we were already.
And
down
then Belgium
2-0
turned it
already.
over and scored.
Hell yeah. Oh, see, Josh, you totally agree.
Josh, I'm glad we're in lockstep here. I'm glad Giant fans are all kind of thing.
Hell yeah, I love it. Let's see. Do you guys think the Giants will come out fast and get a week 1 win over the Cowboys? I well, all I know is I'm off that day. Well, I requested off that day, of course, but I hope so. I think Josh, as you know, and Brian, as you know as well, of course, all the Giants fans out there. Week 1, we kind of don't do as well,
No.
especially against Dallas. I mean, just flashback to 2023 when
We don't need
played
to
the
talk. No,
Cowboys
we
in
don't
week
talk
1.
about that game. That game.
We do not.
That game happened.
It was a depressing day in the rain, just seeing the boys just, the first drive though of that game was amazing.
That's what I always said. I always said if the Giants make that field goal, that game is 100% different. That game changed when they blocked the field goal.
Yeah, I think honestly it all started with that holding call, right? On
yeah,
Thomas,
the holding call that
Andrew
brought
Thomas.
them back, so they had to
And
kick
then
the
the
field
field
goal.
goal.
Yeah,
it was just.
But no, I to this day I've always said the whole Brian Daboll era is different if that field goal goes through.
It is, and that was just the start of just a major downfall. And hopefully that doesn't, that same.
I don't
same
think that will
events don't
happen this
occur.
time around.
I don't think it will. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna. It's tough because our beginning of the season is so hard with playing Dallas on Sunday Night Football with all the pressure of that comes with prime time with a new head coach and all the lights. I could see us getting off to a sluggish start and then going on the road immediately to play Los Angeles in LA. I could very see us going 0-2, but then the schedule lightens up. So I think the Giants will. I think they'll play a competitive game against Dallas. I think it's a coin toss. I'm going to lean towards a loss just because of all the new pieces still kind of meshing. I think we'll get to a slow start. But come week 3, we'll start cooking.
I think based on our history, I think it's gonna be ugly, and I won't be surprised if we do lose. If we do win, it's gonna be very an ugly way of doing
It's
so.
going to
I
be a
think the
fourth quarter comeback, a late field goal. It's good. It's not a game the
defense
Giants are
comes
just going to
through.
dominate the entire game. I bet you it's going to take us at least a quarter or two to just get going.
Yeah, that first quarter is gonna be boring, and I think a lot of us will be like, man, new head coach, but the same team. But I think once we get towards that second half and things they start to pick up a little bit for New York, I do think we'll, if we are gonna win, kind of make a couple of key defensive stops. Offense puts up a touchdown or drives on the field for a field goal or so, and that makes a difference in a 17-14 ugly win
Yeah,
on
it's gonna be a
Sunday night. Which,
slugfest, just like a dirt, like just like a mud fight. Just drag us down to
yeah,
the yeah, oh yeah,
exactly.
like
It
good
won't be
football.
pretty. It won't be
No,
pretty, but a win is a win.
doesn't have to be
And
pretty. I just need to see the Giants have more points to their opponent by the end of the game, and I'm happy.
you're damn right. And plus, like, it'll kind of be like, okay, if we win, if we beat Dallas, and I could honestly care less what happens in week 2 against the Rams. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I love our
the
boys.
Rams game is a loss automatically in my mind, no matter what.
It's
Like
it sucks.
Dallas is
Yeah,
a
no way.
50-50.
Yeah, in LA too. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to even.
It's wraps on Monday Night Football within the prime time game. My worst nightmare. More prime time.
We haven't done well on Monday nights either. Let's be honest. So, it's
Listen. I understand. I
sucks.
get it. It's an honor to play on prime time. I understand all that.
It
Can we
is.
play? Can we play 1:00 games so we are established and good? Like look. If the Giants are, if I was a Rams fan, I would say give me every single primetime game you can. I want to show off to America. But with how bad the Giants have played recently, I'm like, I don't want America to see anything. What this
Just
team
not
is
yet.
doing.
Maybe later in the year, like if something
Yeah,
changes and
flex
we're on
us
a
into
hot.
some late games, 100%.
go.
But coming out of the gate, please keep us off NBC. I don't want to hear Carrie Underwood sing about the Giants.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I
Great
popped
question
up
again,
on
Mike. Appreciate you.
my there's a TikTok account. I forgot what it's called. But like it's like 7 Sundays to hear this is the entire Sunday Night Football theme song. And I sit
Or
there
it's
and
like-
listen to the entire thing, listen to Carrie Underwood sing.
Or it's like it's 3 a.m. Or it's 8 p.m. You have 2 missing assignments.
Yes,
But this
yeah,
banger comes.
assignments. Yeah, your fantasy team's down by 50. Oh, we're gonna have some fun on America's Game of the Week.
You did. Oh hell yeah! Speaking of fantasy teams, a guy that I hopefully will get on one of my fantasy teams this year, depending on how many I do, is Jackson Dart, and he came out the gate hot. Apparently in day 1, he had a great jump pass to Chris Matt. We talked about Chris Mantz a little bit on
You
Tuesday.
can catch a
how
ball.
he can catch a ball. He Dart hit him on a jump pass.
All right.
On Wednesday, which was great. But Dart was in the pocket. He stayed in the pocket as best he could. He sidestepped, then he jumped to find him in tight coverage. The sideline was reportedly hyped about that play, and it was one of many
Was a
great
little
plays by
Mahomie there.
Dart.
Was a little Mahomie.
Oh, the Chris Collinsworth type stuff, I tell you.
No,
but,
I was leaning more with Tony Romo.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be. I think he got arrested, but I think he'll be fine.
He actually got a DUI.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim. I was going.
I saw
under 50.
it. This is so mean. This is so mean what I'm gonna say. I saw a meme. It was Jim Nantz. So Tony, what are the keys for today's game? Jim, I'm legally not allowed to have keys right now.
Bro,
Just like, oh my god, it's so bad. It's so funny.
You know what we need? I know it's never gonna happen because obviously Romo's like the number 2 to Nance, and Collinsworth is the number 2 to Mike Tirico, who I absolutely love. Tirico's an absolute.
I know. I feel so
god.
bad. Tirico stuck with Collinsworth.
Dude. I would love
Put
to see
Tirico
Romo
and Greg Olsen on a game together. It'd be the greatest football game ever announced.
Oh yes, Olsen is solid too. I think. Well, the point I wanted to make was I was hoping for if I could have one wish for in terms of commentators to have Romo and Collinsworth in the same booth together and see how it would.
Oh my god,
Be
Patrick Mahomes
absolute.
we brought up 8 times.
He looked a little Mahomie there, Tony. I don't know, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know, Chris. I don't know.
But Tarico's great. Joe Davis is great. Calling the Dodgers games, of course, but does some NFL Fox games and all that stuff. He's great. Who else? Al Michaels, low-key caught falling off, but he's nostalgia.
Al Michaels is the GOAT. He is just like
He
He's
just needs
watch.
to hang it up.
It's watching Peyton Manning in that last season in Denver.
Oh yeah, when he was on
You
his
know,
last legs.
yeah,
Oh
when like
yeah.
he's just throwing like ducks for 15 yards. Yeah, that's Al Michaels right now. It's like I know he's great, but man, he just lost it.
That defense absolutely carried that Super Bowl for Denver, I tell
Hmm.
you. But about Dart, went 11 for 11 on Wednesday, and aside from like a drop by Theo Johnson, not surprised there, and four spikes, to stop the clock during I believe it was 2 minute drill, I believe. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I've heard the Giants were doing a lot of 2 minute drills during camp.
yes,
This which
yes,
is interesting. I like it.
it is. Hey, it's pressure situations, and
Yeah, because
you
apparently
want to
Dayball only did 2 minute drills like towards the end of practice. I kind of like Harbaugh just kind of going at it. It's like this is a pressure cooker situation. Let's see what you got.
because you just never know when you might run into that at any
Mm-hmm.
point during the game. So.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, before we get to the defense, Malik Nabers looking very, very good.
Oh,
According
good
to
out there.
reports, he only worked for about the first 20 minutes of practice.
That's
Was
fine.
partaking in individual drills and routes on air. That means no defense for those who don't know. He looked sharp. Wasn't cutting as aggressively, but that's to be expected. I mean, he's just coming back, guys. Like, come on. But he looked good, moving around, catching balls from Dart, running routes with OBJ, as he mentioned earlier in the show, my friend. After practice, he returned back to the field and caught some more balls with Dart. I was trying to get that chemistry going. But otherwise, man, just based on the amount of videos I saw on social media, he looks good. I think he looks amazing, and to be honest, if this can't continues and his body continues to respond, or as Joe Shane said it, listening to the patient, neighbors, and his body, if everything feels good and looks good, I think week one is so much a real possibility than it was before, where we would see him start as the number one guy for the Giants once more. So
Yeah.
yeah. Alrighty. Anything else that I missed, my friend, before we get into the
No,
burning
you covered
questions?
it all pretty much. Like Dart
Uh,
looked great in regulars. I probably had a bad 7-on-7, but I'll excuse a bad 7-on-7 if you're gonna ball out during the real stuff.
exactly. So I mean, sure,
He could have just been throwing the
mm,
ball around, you know. Could I want him taking it seriously. I want everyone taking his practice seriously. But like 7-on-7, I feel like you try a little bit. You experiment a little bit, you know.
yeah.
Like, all right,
I think
maybe I'll test this window. Oh, okay, I can't hit that window.
I think he overthrew a ball during the 7-on-7 drill. Again, not the biggest deal in the world. He
Yeah,
was again
it's 7-on-7. He did well with 11-on-11. Cool. We play 11-on-11 football all the time. Cool.
exactly. No, it's
He could
unless
be the
it's flag
worst
football.
7-on-7 football player ever.
True, and as long as he can go up there and win the Giants some games, it's fine by me how he performs in these, you know, random drills in July.
Yeah.
So, all right, buddy. We covered the offense, of course, like we mentioned on our first episode of season 5. Again, if you guys have not seen that yet, go check it out on our YouTube channel. A lot of attention was focused
Appreciate you
on
guys for
the
that. That's awesome. That means a lot.
yes. We appreciate y'all support as always, man, and we hope you guys should continue to show us that support as we continue into the NFL season, or into the regular season, I should say. But today, focus is on the defense. We won't go through every player. We'll go through each position group. Me and Brian will give our burning question or statement for each position. So it'll be edge rushers, defensive tackles, linebackers, and cornerbacks and safeties together, or in other words, the secondary. So we'll start with the edge. We'll go with you first, my friend. What is your burning question or statement for the edge rushers?
My question has not made the edge rush as a whole, but one player. Will Abdul Carter finish this year? Because last year, if you remember, a lot of the questions around Carter was, yeah, he's pressuring guys, but the sack numbers aren't there. I forgot. I think he finished with like, what wasn't like 4 sacks is what he finished the year with.
Yeah,
Because I know
yes.
it's low, but it's not as low as you think it would be. Hang on, I'm pulling his Pro Football Reference up right now. He had why do they want interceptions, fumbles, tackles? Here we go. 4 sacks. He finished with 4 sacks. A lot of it coming towards the end of the year after Kafka took over. But if you remember, he had a few taken off the board with penalties. He was leading the league with pressures. We saw like glimpses of the pass rush he was at Penn State. Can he put it all together this year in Denard Wilson's offense? That's my question.
I think based off what we've seen, towards the end of last year, I have a lot of confidence that he will.
Yeah.
look, I know when it comes to Abdul, we kind of first think of the maturity issues, showing up to meetings late, and some other rumors that we won't talk about. But in all seriousness, though, I know a lot of box score watchers were like, yeah, he's not really all that, but he got to the quarterback a good amount of times.
Mm-hmm.
Just not, like you mentioned, finishing it and converting it into sacks. I think in year
And part
two,
of
you,
that's
you have
luck. Like I said, like I could think right now there were 3 sacks where he got taken off because of a penalty.
yeah,
So
because yeah,
you throw those
you
3
could have
sacks in there.
7.
It's like, all right, well, he finished the season with 7. That looks a lot better.
Yeah, that's a rookie. That's defensive rookie of the year candidate type of numbers. Um, but I think with the full off season with the team, working with Burns and Kayvon once more, I do think this is, we'll see a breakout year from him. I have a good feeling about it. He showed so much talent at Penn State, and we saw glimpses of that talent as well, especially in that Minnesota game
Yes.
last year, when he was getting to McCarthy and Brosmer and whatnot. So I'm very I would say I'm very confident that he does have a breakout year and finish to answer your question directly there. For me, I have a question as well directed towards a player, not the group as a whole. What is your confidence level with Kayvon Thibodeau and his future with the Giants beyond this year? So as we know, right, the team did take trade calls with him this offseason. The best offer was like a 4th round pick, and I know you and I were like, yeah, no, just keep
Mm-hmm.
him on the team. You might as well. But beyond this year, we don't know what his future looks like because you already have Burns and Carter. Then again, we've seen teams sign, 3 edge rushers, and
Yeah.
I am okay with that too, as long as all 3 are solid. I have no doubt about Burns. He signed through 2028. He's cool.
And then
Carter's gonna
if
be
we're being honest, by the time Burns' contract's kind of up, there's going to be a decline. He's not going to be the 16.5 sack player he was this year when his contract's kind of up. So you have to
and
think
it sucks to
that
say that, but it's
it
true.
sucks to say it, but let's say, like, all right, when Burns' contract's up, it's either he's out the door or we're signing him to a 2-year deal. And basically, at some point during that deal, he will retire.
That level of production won't be there like it's going to be right now.
Yes.
So you look at excuse me, look at the Steelers for example. They gave Nick Herberg a 4-year, $100 million extension recently. They're already paying JJ Watt 41 million per year. They're paying Alex Highsmith 17 million per year. But those 3 guys are really solid. So I'm okay if the Giants do re-sign Kayvon after this year. And the Giants do have that cap. They have the cap room space to extend him. If they want to, of course, after the end of this year. Again, Carter can't be extended until 2027. So and Burns is signed through 2028. So the Giants do have some lead room there, or legroom, I should say. But it's gonna take a solid season and a lot more consistent play from
Yes,
Kayvon.
that's the big
Yeah,
word for me.
yeah, similar to that fateful Sunday night in Washington when he went off, or that game against the Jets, like the year after.
Yeah, the game against
Or
the Jets, where like in the 4th quarter, he was at the quarterback every single play, but like the 3 quarters before in overtime, he's nowhere to be found.
yeah, so like there's been so many more times where he's been absent compared to him showing out, or making a difference. Not even just in the box score, but just on on the field play.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if he can do so. But I do think I am hoping he plays well enough that the Giants should extend him, and that the team has 3 really good edge rushers that they can just throw out there and just cause
Yeah, that's
havoc
your
on
core of your
that defense
defense
for
then.
years to come. Yeah, it is.
If
It is
if
the best
Thibodeau
position
plays
group on the
well and earns that contract extension, the Giants have like you said, they have the space to do it. They have guys locked up, so you don't have to worry about like cap crunches and stuff like that with your defensive players. Now, granted, if Thibodeau goes really off and then like is going to demand like really big money, we might have another conversation there. But I think in the roles to be asked to play, he could put up solid numbers and be reasonably enough price so the Giants can keep him around.
Hell yeah. We'll see what he does in here this upcoming season, man. And of course, the playing time is a bit of a question mark as well, because you have Burns and Carter more than likely going to be the starters on the outside. So we'll see how
Yeah.
much playing
And then
time
with
Thibodeau
Arvell Reese,
gets.
like, yeah, he's playing interior off
True.
in the interior, but they've already said he's going to be a gadget kind of guy. He might get some edge rushing stuff. So, like, how much is that going to eat into his time, too?
True. It's a bunch of things that need to be considered, but I know Thibodeau will make his way onto the field. It's a matter of what he does while on the field that we'll have to keep a closer eye
Yeah,
on.
it's not
This
if he
season for
makes it on
sure.
the field, it's how much is he going to be on the field.
Yeah, and what kind of production he has while on that said field. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, deep. Excuse me, defensive tackles. What do we got for you, my friend? What do you got, whether about a player or the group in general?
Will any of these veterans stick? You know, because I feel like when
Ooh,
we traded Dexter Lawrence, our solution was to rebuild them in the aggregate. You know, we brought in all these different veterans that all kind of specialized in a different thought. Like, oh, okay, Reader's going to be here, be a run guy. When Roy Robert Harrison was not injured, he was seen more as if we're going to run blitz, he'll be in the blitz. Are any of these guys going to step up and be that D tackle one? And I think Reader has the best shot of all of them. I think
he
he
does.
will. I don't think he's gonna be great. He's not gonna be like Dexter Lawrence level. But when Harbaugh was in Baltimore, they never had elite defensive tackles. It was always like these veterans or like these kind of cast-offs that they put into a system and molded to play basically do their job the right way. So I think that's going to be the case with Reader, where he's like not going to be the household guy, but a very solid player.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned it because I know, or we all know as Giants fans, how much Dexter Lawrence was double teamed last year, and that contributed, excuse me, to his lack of production per se. But we kind of this is an underrated fact. DJ Reader actually led the NFL in double team rate, and I know he doesn't have the pass rush skills that Lawrence has, but he is a good run stopper. And I think that's what we need at the end of the day. We need, guys, these
Yeah.
big guys up the middle that can stop the run because we've struggled with run defense for so long now.
Probably since
So,
the Dable, like the first year Dable. If you remember that Jacksonville game, they ran all over us.
yeah, so we cannot have that again whatsoever. And I think Joe Shane, Harbaugh, Donna Ponte have done an incredible job, fixing that
My
D
girl,
line.
Dawn.
As
I
heck
love
yeah,
Dawn.
we all do.
Dawn,
Damn
open
right.
invite on this show whenever you want. We'll just throw softball
Please.
questions at you.
You're damn right. And just like learn more about the cap room and how she thinks this. That would be outstanding to get her perspective. She has done an incredible job since getting hired by
So
Harbaugh for
Dawn, how
sure.
do you do such a good job with the cap?
What was your thought process behind the OBJ contract? Like, how did you
Yeah,
think of
like
these
just like
injury waivers? You know
just
what I'm
like
saying?
no hard hitting questions whatsoever. Meanwhile, like Joe Shane comes on, it's like, so Joe, Jalen Hyatt, what the hell was that?
Yeah, like this 2023 draft class in general. Like, why? Why
Yeah,
these six
why?
players? Yeah. But I will have to step away for just a second. But I do want to get your thoughts on Darius Alexander, and I'll be right back to give my take. Will he break out this year? That's my question to you.
Ooh, that's a good question. So I've seen in camp so far that he actually is getting a decent amount of reps. I'm not sure if he was a D tackle too, but he was getting a considerable amount of work out there. And he didn't play great last year. He was which we kind of expected him playing in Maction. We love the Mac, but like it's a big jump from the Mac to the NFL. I think a year under his belt, the confidence he gained in that Detroit game where he had a couple, I think he had a couple sacks in that game, but he was getting to the quarterback. I think this is a year that we see Alexander become a more polished player. Not there yet. He's not ready to be a starter yet, but it becomes a very solid D tackle to depth piece for this organization, Nate is still not back, so I'll keep filibustering about Darius Alexander. But no, like Darius Alexander you should be looking at Alexander right now. The Giants should view him as that is our future defensive tackle. If we're going to continue on the 4-3, or we're going to put him on one of the ends, in some way or form, he's going to be the big guy on the line, and then we'll have Carter and Thibodeau, or Carter and Burrs, or Carter and Reese, whoever they want to move in. That'll be it. But up the middle, he'll be the run stopper. That will be his job, is to patrol that. So, I was just saying, I'm not sure you heard. I think the view of Alexander is to view him as the kind of a very similar role as Thibodeau. Is like he's not a starter, but he's like their best backup,
Yes.
groomed to take over the starting role.
Yeah. And his rookie season gives us a lot of optimism. And thank you for taking on for
Yeah,
just
like
a
it
bit.
was like we said, the optimism. It wasn't great, but there were flashes.
There were flashes, and especially we just talked about Reader not giving not having that good of a pass rush in his arsenal. We saw from Alexander like, hey, he's got a little something. He had 3.5 sacks last year, and again, he came on very slowly last year. Like, cause he had that injury in training camp, and once
Yep.
he was healthy on the field, he wasn't on the field as much, and his production just wasn't there. But like towards the end of the year, that's when things were like, okay, he's getting it now. It was clocking to him, I guess, as they say these days. But no, I mean 3.5 sacks in a limited role.
Mhm.
That's it. For me, I was like, oh shoot, maybe he has a little something. Maybe he can be, maybe not like a direct Dexter Lawrence replacement,
Do you think
but
he could take that Roy Robertson Harris role? We thought Roy Robertson was going to be like that
oh
sack
yeah,
guy. You
no,
think
oh
Alexander
one
kind of?
thousand percent.
You think he's going to like kind of fill in that role for us?
1,000%. I think he can. Of course, we know for Robertson Harris is on, going to be on the IL with the Achilles injury, but um, not only do I think Alexander has a chance to start on that 3-4 defense with Reader and Harris on that line. I think he will fill in that Roy Robertson Harris role very smoothly, and show why he was such an underrated talent coming out of Toledo. That we got in the third round. We talked about when he got drafted, he was a steal in a lot of our eyes, right? So
Yeah.
I do think he shows that. Again, he just needs to show consistency, just like with Kayvon, on a down and down basis if he wants to maintain a solid role on that D line. But I do have I say confidence a lot when it comes to these guys today that we're talking about, and I'll say it again. I do think after what we saw last year, where we had a slow start to the year, uh, you know, showed out towards the end of the year. His stats speak a lot about his what he can do when he's on the field. I think he's gonna break out, but not like in a crazy major way. But he's gonna have a bigger role in this team than people think he will have.
Oh
Even with
yeah.
Harris and Alec and Reader signed and going to start for this Giants team this year. All right, linebackers. What do we got, my friend?
Can Arvell Reese play linebacker?
Ah, that is such a simple.
Was it? Because
Yeah,
I
interesting
wrote like
question.
I wrote for Blitz about 5 questions. That was one of my questions. Was will Arvell Reese find a home at linebacker? Because we kind of know he's going to play alongside Terrell Evans. Like we know his athleticism. He's got like the build to do it. It's just can he do it at a consistent rate? That's like my concern. Like yes, Arvell Reese is great, and he has the athleticism, and his ceiling is so high. He could be a cornerstone piece of this defense. It's just, are we doing him a disservice putting him at a position where he does have some experience, but not a ton of?
That is true, and it's like it's not like this position is new to him, right? We've seen him play inside linebacker during his days. Excuse me, during his days with the Buckeyes, but last year he was more of a on the edge type of guy, or
Yeah.
stacking up in the box and blitzing the quarterback that way. But I think for me, I think he'll be fine. Of course, he's working in that linebacker role in training camp as we speak right now. Um, but I think the thing is that the reason why that I think he can and will play linebacker in such in a in an effective way is because of the way he was used in Matt Patricia's scheme last year. We
Yeah.
forget that he was in it. He filled the Joker role
Right.
for the for the Buckeyes last year. So that means he was on the edge, or he was walking up to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, and then blitzing, or just basically he was this spy and read player. So I was like, keep his eyes on the quarterback, reacting, and then just reacting depending on what the quarterback will be
Yeah,
doing.
react if he has to go back in coverage or is to go in. What's that quarterback going to do?
So I think I think with
I mean,
that in
I
mind,
wouldn't
plus
mind him playing a similar role for us. I'm not sure if like the Joker role works as well as the NFL, but if he could play something, akin to it, like develop it similar, I'm fine with that.
yeah, and he has the skill set to do it. I mean, he has the speed
Oh,
to
he is
cover.
the athleticism is off the charts with him. Like
Yeah,
there's no question he can do it. It's just like will he adapt
well,
is it.
yeah,
He's just
yeah,
so raw as a prospect.
I know, and there will be some growing pains because again, I just mentioned the Joker role, but again, we saw him mainly on the edge rushing the passer. Now it's like, okay, you're gonna be literally, excuse me, literally in this inside linebacker role. What do you got? So there's gonna be some growing pains, but I do think though it will take some time, he will grow accustomed to that role, and be able to produce. I had the same burning question or thought. I think he's gonna have a season
Yeah.
where he becomes
I think
a
he's the
top
biggest. I
three.
think he's the biggest question mark in this Giants defense. Just like
He is.
just because cause the biggest question mark that we know of, obviously the biggest question mark is quarterback too, but it's just like of all the established starters or guys we penciled in, he is the biggest. We could get a rookie of the year candidate, or we could get a bum.
Yeah, or like it's either heck yeah, start for years to come right off the bat, or it's like damn, it's gonna take a minute for him to
It's
get
gonna.
used to
This
it.
guy's
Or
gonna. This guy needs he's gonna be here a while.
yeah, or it's like okay, we gotta maybe make him just a pure edge, and then you're gonna have to change up. Like okay, Kayvon kind of would have to go in that case if they're gonna make Reese a only or edge rusher only type of guy. If it does come to that, but the hope is hey, linebacker, edge, just throw him out there and see what happens and cause havoc however way you can.
Yeah.
Darnell Wilson's gonna have a day regardless of how Reese or Tibbs or Burns or Carter are lined up in this defense at the end of the day. So um but yeah, no, I think for me, I think Reese has a season where he has maybe like 70 tackles, 6 sacks on his way to
I would
potentially.
sign up for that right now. I would absolutely sign
Hell
up for that
yeah,
right now. That'd be amazing.
that'd be sweet. Hell yeah, and that would more than likely be enough to win the DPOY if
Oh
you
my
just
god,
go
it'd be a runaway.
rookie.
I
Yeah,
think your sack total might be a little high, but if he takes 6, I'll take 6 all day for it.
you're damn right. I
I
would
see
too.
I see him more as like a 3 sack kind of guy. I think that's what he's gonna be.
Just to start year one and maybe kind of grow from there.
Yeah, grow from there. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll let at the end of the day he'll let us play do the talking. He isn't one to
Mhm.
kind of he's not a very loud guy. He just just goes up
I'm
there and
fine with that.
shows up, and that's fine. Hey, cool with me. Just show
A
what you
si-
can do on the
I'll
field, and
take the
I'm
strong
happy.
silent type. I'll take that all day
Yeah,
if he means to get the
damn right.
quarterback. Yo,
Shout out to
what's
the
up,
boys.
guys?
Showed up to those. Hey, we talked to him in a cool minute. Good to see him stop by. We appreciate y'all. Hopefully, we'll talk to you guys soon. We
Hopefully,
have
yeah.
another episode going, no doubt about it. Thanks for stopping by, boys. Appreciate it. And then last but not least, we have the cornerback and the safety position, my friend. I wanted to ask you first, and then you can have your question
Mhm.
to end the show. Do you think this coaching staff can turn around Deontay Banks's career trajectory? Because look, when you have a new coaching staff, right? It's like there are times where this new staff or like a player just needs new people around them to like get into their head, and all of a sudden they have this renaissance, right? They start playing like the player many knew they could be. And I'm hoping Harbaugh and Darnell Wilson can do that with Deontay Banks because he has the physical tools. He's 6'2", 200. That's pretty
Yeah.
good for a corner,
hmm
right? But he just lacks everything else. Like ever since that rookie year where he showed flashes of what he can do, he's just been just bad. He just
Yeah.
he hasn't been consistent. He gets burnt. He's not turning his head around, which my goodness, it's not that
Oh
hard.
my
Just
god,
turn
that's
your
my
head
biggest
around.
pet
Pete's
peeve for
sakes.
corners. Oh my god, it drives me up a wall when they don't turn their head
Yeah.
around.
It's not that hard, guys. Like I was a corner myself, not that at the level that these guys are at, but like I know I was taught to turn my head around, if the ball's in the air. Um but
It's
look,
just the
he
easiest way
looked
to. It's the easiest way to get past interference. It's just not turn your head around. They'll
yeah,
call you.
because
They'll call you for it every single time.
yeah, you can sell it. You can turn your head around and maybe hand fight with the receiver, and then just like and then
Yeah.
you'll be fine. You'll get away with the pass interference call. Um, but again, like he looked good his rookie year. He just taken a nosedive since then. He's performed well. He performed well in OTAs and minicamp. He had two pass breakups during his first day of training camp. We just need to see more, of course, obviously. But if he can show signs of his rookie self and a lot more, hopefully they may have found their quarterback number two, which, to be honest, is expected for a guy who was a first round pick after all. And I think Darnell Wilson said it best. Like, Banks knows that the Giants have invested in him and has this new opportunity. Now it's just about making the best of it. If he can do that, it'll solve our cornerback two problem or concerns faster than we thought it would take to figure that out. But that's just me. Your thoughts and then your question as well, my friend.
So I would love if Devontae Banks go back to rookie of the year. I was huge on Banks' rookie year. We did an MVP. We did an MVP. We did a show about like giving awards out. I gave him the MVP. I thought he was so well for this defense. To me, as much as I would like Banks to get back to that, I think he is such a scheme heavy player. He needs to
Okay.
be in the perfect scheme to play well. That's why we drafted him because he was such a great fit for Patrick Graham's scheme. Not Patrick Graham. Oh my god. Wait,
Martindale?
Martindale
Yes,
scheme.
sir.
I'm going back too far. For Martindale scheme, he was such a perfect fit there. And ever since Martindale has left, you've seen the decline happen. Denard Wilson's defense, while it has similarities, is not what Banks needs to survive. It doesn't have that, that like man element that will have Banks. So as much as I want Banks too, it's not going to happen here. He needs to go.
Okay.
He needs to go somewhere that has a Wink Martindale system.
It's tough to hear that, but it is the truth, right? And
Mm-hmm.
look, if he can just perform this year as the kick returner, that'd be great and show off his skills
Cool.
there. But at the end of the day, I think once the season ends, sayonara. Thank you for
Adios.
your service, and maybe hope you find. He hasn't pissed me off in a way that's like, okay, I don't want you in this team no more. But it's like,
No, he's not
man.
reached Eli Apple. He was never Eli Apple. He's a head case or anything like that. But like he's just so comparable to Eli Apple because just the similarities are just. It's like a quarterback taken high by the Giants, show flash his rookie year, and then fell apart. Like the only thing Banks is missing is just like a media meltdown, which thank knock on wood he hasn't had yet.
Yeah, not yet. So hopefully he just stays under the radar, plays well, and we'll see what happens. But all signs, according to you, point to him not performing the way that we think he may, even with
Fortunately,
the new
no.
coaching staff. But what you got to end the show, my friend? What do you got?
I got
What's
to
your
end the show
concern?
is what is a reasonable expectation for Colton Hood? Because I think all Giant fans are excited about Hood. He was, seemed very good at Tennessee. I think some of us want him to start as a cornerback week 1. I much as cool that would be. I'm very cool with him starting like week 8 or week 9. But what do you think we should reasonably expect Hood to do in his rookie year?
Oof. I think Wilson's gonna use him in a way where he kind of puts him in certain formation, in
Yeah.
there's gonna be some special formations where he'll put him in there, as the outside corner. But I think he'll slowly be integrated into that CB2 role where even if we do well or don't towards the end of the year, I think he slowly integrates himself into that number 2 spot, opposite of Adebo. If everything just, ooh, I don't know. I think I don't want to sound too negative, but it's like, what if Adebo doesn't play well? Is there a world where it's like maybe
But I don't
Hood
think that's
plays?
negative. I think that's realistic because he didn't play well
Yeah,
last year. That's a
yeah,
very
and he didn't. Yeah.
realistic thing.
According to reports, he had a Adebo, to be exact, didn't have the best practice on Wednesday. So it's like, hmm. And like you add that plus, he was struggling play last year.
Are the lights too
Eh,
bright in New York for Paulson
Or
and Debo? Another
or it's like
question. Yeah,
yeah,
two for the
and it's
price of
like,
one.
and I love it, and it's like it seems like the contract we gave him wasn't crazy much, but it's
No,
like, damn.
we could very easily cut him next training camp. Which
Okay, cool.
if we struggle this year, it's most likely going to be the case.
Yeah, I think best case for Hood is that he just comes out the gate firing and are playing well, and then makes his way to and wins that CB2 role. But I think a realistic answer to your question would be he just starts at CB4, comes in on certain formations, dime coverage and whatnot, whether it's on the inside or the outside, and then plays well to the point where it's like, okay, we all see why you were chosen in the second round. Here's the CB2 role. Go get him.
Go
Type
get him,
of
Tiger.
guy. Yeah, that's where I have him. That's my realistic prediction for sure.
All right.
Worst case, he just stays CB4, and it's like, okay, you're gonna need some time. But I don't see him being in that worst case scenario. It's more like,
Yeah.
confidence in him being in that realistic situation where it's like he slowly makes his way up there, kind of like Malachi Fields, basically, but on
Yeah.
the cornerback side, defensive side of the ball
I'll take
for
that.
me. And then I assume for you it's the same thing, or is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm kind of like you. I mean, cornerback 4, cornerback 3. Slowly as the week goes on, gets more and more playing time, and then kind of by the end of the season, he is like the cornerback 2, if you will.
Yeah, I'm excited for him.
I'm really excited. Like, I mean, there's not really a player I dislike from this draft class. I liked everybody.
Yeah. I feel like the last couple of draft classes we've liked pretty much everyone. It's just that 2023 class where it's like,
I know, but this one, the upside of all these players just seems so
yes,
good,
Reese, Malnoa, of course, being
Reese,
first round picks that
Noah,
they are.
Hood, Fields, like we're not missing.
No, we're not. And then the guys we took in the late rounds, of course, are going to be depth pieces like Travis and Jack Kelly. Those guys could
Jack Kelly
potentially
actually might.
produce.
Jack Kelly apparently is like the Cam Scatterboo of defenses.
Yeah, he's a little crazy from what I heard,
I will
man. But
take
hey,
crazy all day. A normal crazy. I'll take normal crazy. Not
not
whatever crazy Antonio Brown or Brandon Ayuk is.
yes, especially yeah, that guy is weird. But
That guy
we'll say
is
that
that
for
guy
another.
thinks he's a Washington commander and is just not.
Yeah, I don't see anything that says he's officially a commander yet, so he's tripping.
Like there
Um,
was one point where I like had to I'm like did I miss something? Like I remember like I was at work and like just hearing all these reports and I'm like is he a commander? Am I missing
did
something?
did the NFL post the
Like
signing
did
without
did, did, did it fall through the cracks? Because like like when like the football all the signings happen in like March and then like the draft happens and then like the summer, so like you kind of like you forget everything at first and it takes you a second to
exactly.
like oh right he's on this team now. So I'm like is he actually one of those guys I just missed?
It's like where is he at now?
Like it's like I
These
bet you like a big portion of football fans like oh my god Pittman's on the Steelers.
dude. Oh, dude, I for you just reminded reminded
Yeah
me of that. I
exactly.
feel
Like,
like
I thought it was like oh right I forgot that happened.
we need to look into this off season again for like one episode and be like, okay, kind of give each other like quiz each other like where is he at now type of
I
thing.
wish that we could
That'll
do
be-
this, but part of my take does that. That's a part of my take bit.
oh,
They do that.
yeah, it's okay. We'll make it our own thing. We'll
We
make
can
it our
do it.
own thing. Don't
No,
worry.
we'll change it up. We'll make it a game. Like whoever, we'll do points.
Ah, see, there you go. But with that being said, that will do it. We are out of
Be
time for
great
this one.
social clips. Be a great
Oh,
social clip.
it would, and we would definitely get that posted out there for sure.
Mhm.
Whenever we do it, hopefully we'll probably do it in the next few episodes or so. But with that being said, that'll do it for season 5, episode 2 of the 37 podcast. That was a fun one as always. As in summary, we discussed our takeaways from day 1 at training camp. Day 2 was today, open to the fans, so we'll get more headlines and whatnot from social media as the hours and these days go by, and if there's anything major happens, we'll of course get out a quick video about it if one is to occur. We also talked about Malik Nabers looking very ready for week 1, or that's just my opinion. I'm sure Brian shares the same thought process there. And then we gave our one burning question or thought for each key defensive group on this Giants squad. Kickers, no. Coaching, we'll maybe talk about the coaching staff next week and give our thoughts on expectations or question marks or whatever the case may be, because I'm sure with the new staff we have, I think a lot of us are kind of wondering like, hey, what are we expecting from them? So we'll dive into that next Tuesday. As always, you can follow us on social media. You can follow me at Nathan underscore no 24. You can follow Brian at Brian PG1016. And our podcast page is at Third and 10 Podcast on the TikTok. And thank you for watching, whether on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Kick. If you missed the live stream, do not worry. Or if you missed part of it or most of the live stream, do not worry. You can always go back to our YouTube channel to find the full episode there for to watch it all over again. And then watch out for the clips throughout the week, of course, from our full episodes as well. For Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate y'all as always, and we'll see you guys in